Grieve. I'm Una from theharpteacher.com and I'm here with the amazing Arthur-Coriolan from France, YouTube harp sensation. And as you know, I'm dedicated to helping you all become the best harpists you can be. So I have pigeonholed this wonderful young man to tell us all about his history and hopefully we can learn from him. So, Arthur, would you be able to tell all the lovely watchers what kind of harp you play and what kind of context you played in? So do you play solo or in a group, and what kind of music do you play on the harp?
Okay, so I play the Celtic harp, so the leather one, and I play in solo sometimes, but mainly in bands. I have between 3 and 5 bands, depends on the moment. So it goes from folk music to rock music, through world music, and spoken word, and a lot of things, electronic music to pop music. Cool. So it really depends of the band. The main one is named Early Spring Horses. I have also a duet with a poet. It's named Les Arpenteurs, and I think at the moment they are the two main projects, and in solo too.
Wow, cool. So you have between 3, 4 and 5 depending on kind of the time of year and whether your bands have broken up or are currently being created, and what
Exactly.
kind of art form you're working in. Would you be able to tell us how you started the harp and how you began the instrument?
When I was 7, we had a music teacher at school. Well, she gave us some lessons, and one day she brought a harp, and I fell in love with the instrument. So a few weeks later, a few months later, I started to take classes in a music school.
Wow, cool. Great. And did you learn in the conventional way with one teacher having a class with you every week?
Yeah.
And your parents were really supportive. They heard your interest and immediately got you a harp and a teacher.
Yeah, they asked me before, I guess sometimes, if I wanted to learn an instrument, and I knew it was Celtic harp at this moment, so we started, and all my family really encouraged me to work and
Cool.
progress.
So, Arthur, you were incredibly lucky and you had this family who, upon hearing you say, I wanted to learn the Celtic harp, immediately just said, okay, got you a harp and a teacher. And I'm just wondering, what do you think about your environment or your experience made you the good harpist that you are today? Was it the encouragement you got from your family? Was it the teacher? Was it something the teacher did? Was the music you were assigned to learn? Was it the people around you who were playing music? Is there some other environmental factor or learning and education factor I may have missed? Yeah, what do you think helped you to get to the level you're at?
Well, I guess everything is important, but first I had a really good teacher, and very strict, but I learned a lot, and I had a good technique, quite good technique before I stopped the classes. And after that, what helped me to progress and to learn was to play with other musicians and to develop my ears and to learn to improvise, to let music come, and well, mainly playing with others and improvise. It's great, really great.
Okay, that's really interesting. And when did you start playing with others? Around what age?
When I was in my music school, I had some projects with other harpists or other classes of instruments, violins, accordions too, and so I started to play with others pretty soon, but it was mainly after I stopped the lessons that I had bands, and I started to play with others without sheet music and without all the notes written, and that was freedom and
Okay, amazing.
really interesting.
So what I'm hearing is you had this really strict technical foundation, and then and you were in this very vibrant learning community of the music school, and after you had internalized this good technique, that you were able to meet other people, play music with them, and that was really inspiring, and you could start getting off the page, you could start improvising and developing your own stuff.
Totally. But doing this, I lost my technique.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that statement.
Okay.
I know I'm your interviewer, so I'm not supposed to disagree with you, but and tell us, you know, when you're playing with the other musicians and you were getting off the page, as you said, were you playing in small groups or big groups? Was it like a duet, a trio, an orchestra? What was it?
I've never been in an orchestra since I left the music school, in fact. So between 2 and 6 people, I think.
Okay.
Mainly 3 or 4.
Okay. And now, personally, you don't know this about me, but I'm obsessed with harp ensemble playing. Like, obsessed. I dream about this stuff, okay? So, were you ever in a band with other harps, or was it always harp plus a different instrument?
With my harp teacher in my music school, every year we had 1 week with only harp students. So yeah, we worked harp ensembles.
Cool. Yeah, that's a very unwieldy term for them.
Yeah.
What's the name of your teacher, by the way?
Anne Backeris.
Anne Baccheris, you're awesome. I have only heard about you for the last 10 minutes, but you're brilliant. Okay, cool. And when you were getting into bands, how did you set them up? This may seem like a stupid question, but I'm curious to know, did the music school put you into duets and trios and groups, or was it more informal, like you met people at classes and you got on with them, so you said, hey, let's try and go to each other's houses and have fun, and then you ended up playing instruments together? Or did somebody put up an advertisement saying harpist wanted for a folk band? You know, how did it get started?
Who wants harpist?
That's very true, actually. Everybody out there, please start putting up advertisements in your local music shops. Harpists wanted. We are a great addition to any lineup.
Well, it depends of the band. Each band has a different history, but I set up only one band.
Okay.
All the others are, I joined musicians that already played together or had a project. So I'm more a sideman.
Okay.
In the duet Les Arpenteurs with slam, spoken word, I met this guy and we just jammed together. I improvised some things, and at the end of the song, it works. Let's make something.
Cool.
So we did this. For Early Swing Horses, it was like family. The girlfriend of my brother was an American singer, so she knew this producer in Toulouse, and I met him and we played together. And she came back to America and we stayed playing music, and now it's still here. And
wow.
yeah, it depends.
Okay, so everybody out there, there are many different ways to get your claws into other musicians.
Yeah.
So take note.
In fact, I said that nobody wanted to play with harpists, but it's not true.
That is so not true. There are 5 bands who have you.
Yeah, and if you start to improvise and be open to other kinds of music, well, people will be interested because harp is unusual and so cool.
That brings me really nicely to my next question, which is, what advice would you give to a harp student, no matter what age they are, who wanted to get better?
Well, I already told this, play with others. I learned a lot playing with guitar players because I understood the chords and the
harmony.
Yeah, the basis of harmony and all that I didn't understand in the music school. It blew my mind. So yeah, play with other musicians.
Okay, that's great.
Improvise and don't be afraid to play what comes through your mind.
Cool. Free your mind, man. Free your mind. I heard a great quote lately, and it was, always be the worst person in the band. And I think that's brilliant advice. If you have, for example, a band of 4 people, then you should strive to be the worst person in the band, i.e. try to be in a band where the other musicians are better than you, rather than actually trying to play like crap. But it's so true, isn't it? When people are better than you, you strive to just survive artistically, and that makes you stretch. You are stretched, and it makes you get to heights that were previously unknown. So yeah, I can definitely resonate with that advice. Well, Arthur, this has been so interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Arthur is in Galway, and he is friends with the wonderful Rhodri and Claire, who facilitated this meeting and on whose couch we are currently having this lovely interview, and who also fed us a lot of tea and cake and amazing dinner. So thank you, Rhodri and Claire. Arthur, where could our harp students find you if they want to hear more of your lovely music?
I'm on Facebook and YouTube.
Brilliant. And what name should they type in to find your music?
In French, Arthur-Coriolan.
Of course. That would be, correct me if I'm wrong now, A-R-T-U-R or A-R-T-H-U-R?
H.
Okay. A-R-T-H-U-R, and then Coriolan is C-O-R-I-O-L-A-N. Oh my god, I got it right. Yes. Okay, fantastic. So from Arthur and Una, thank you so much for watching, and the very best of luck in your harp journey. Slán!